What's up, Ragin Nation? How's it going? This is Alex Yu, and you're watching the Road to TF5. This is just a web series. We're talking about Transformers last night. This is episode number 58, and in this episode, I don't have any news for you guys. Unfortunately, I'm sorry to say, but in this episode, there won't be any updates for the filming of Transformers last night in Detroit because I have something a little bit more important to me that I'd like to talk about. If you were hoping to see some updates, this video isn't for you. Instead, I would like to take the opportunity to address a concern that I have. Now, this video is going to be divided into 3 parts. The first part is called Apology, the second part is called Credits, and the third part is called Inspiration. I would like to take the opportunity in this video to apologize, and what I'm going to apologize for will be mentioned in just a minute. I just want to give you a little bit of background information and history, or a bit of a history lesson about the Ragin Nation. I started up a channel 6 years ago in 2010 called the Ragin Review. And it was a channel for me to do movie reviews, talk about upcoming films, and do a little bit of toy reviews. But at the end of the day, it was an opportunity for me to express my excitement about all these films, which included Transformers Dark of the Moon, which was being filmed at that time, and then having a release of summer 2011. So, the very first review that I did was for Iron Man 2. You can look that up on my channel, youtube.com/RaginRonoReview. I put a lot of work into it. I used green screen, I even typed up a script, but when I uploaded it, nobody watched it. Okay, that's not true. Some people watched it, but it was very few people watched it. I got a couple of comments here and there, but at the end of the day, it didn't matter to me how many people watched it. The opportunity for me to express myself and my excitement for this film was a gift within itself. I was just passionate about it. I was passionate about all these things that I talked about, including Transformers, like, you know, the upcoming Transformers Dark of the Moon film, all of these other films, these summer blockbusters. I was really passionate about it, and I still am. That's why this channel and my other channel, Ragin Review, still exists today. At the end of the day, I'm doing this all for fun. I do it as a hobby because I really enjoy it. You can tell by watching my Transformers Road to TF5 videos, you can tell that I'm really excited and passionate about it. So, once again, I make these videos for fun, but I also make these videos because I have access to all this production equipment. For example, a video camera, editing software, lights, like studio lighting. And I have all this stuff because my profession is actually a video producer. I run a video production company. I started it back in 7 or 8 years ago, and I shoot all kinds of videos. I shoot weddings, I shoot all kinds of special events, concerts. I do social media marketing. I've shot commercials, music videos for artists, and all kinds of videos. At the end of the day, I'm doing something I love because when I was a kid, when I was a teenager, I made these home kung fu movies, and fast forward to now, I'm making videos professionally, and on the side, as a hobby, when I have time between clients, I make these videos. So, that's why I make these videos, and you can tell, just like I said before, it's something I'm very passionate about. I'm really excited. When you watch my videos, you can tell I'm super excited. And I just keep on rambling. I'll admit, I ramble. I talk a lot about stuff, and I'm very animated. You can see my hands going all over the place. It's just how I talk, alright? And some people take into consideration the things that I say. Some people might disagree, but at the end of the day, it's an opportunity for me to express myself. Now, sometimes I might say things that could be misunderstood or miscommunicated and taken in a negative way, and maybe some people might find offensive. And that's where I need to apologize. Because I think something that I said, in fact, something that I said in my previous episode, the Road to TF5 episode 7, was taken the wrong way. Specifically, Crosshairs. You know, when Crosshairs was revealed to be a part of Transformers last night, I made a video about it. But I also talked about the fact that there's a video out there where there's this photo of Crosshairs, but then the audio in the background is actually some dialogue from the voice actor of Crosshairs. And I saw that video. That video was actually shared to me from one of my followers, And what that video was a YouTube video, and it had the photo of Crosshairs, the very, very first photo that was posted from Transformers Cars. That photo was on the video, and it was just a static photo. But the audio was these lines of dialogue where Crosshairs was speaking to Slingshot, or speaking about Slingshot. And this audio was actually taken from Transformers Age of Extinction. However, the title of that YouTube video was, if I can remember correctly, Transformers 5 Crosshairs Speaks. So what the creator of that video was trying to tell us ultimately is that these are lines that are spoken by Crosshairs for the filming of Transformers 5. The thing is that if you're like me and you've seen this video, then the original video, you'll know that this is from the filming of Transformers Age of Extinction. However, this was passed off as as dialogue from Transformers 5. Just so that I remind you guys, it was a YouTube video. It was a video that was probably posted a day or two after the reveal of Crosshairs, and it was a video from the owner of a YouTube channel that was probably no more older than 2 weeks. That channel started probably 2 weeks ago. That was the only video on that channel, and that video probably had I don't know, like 100, 120 views or something like that. But it was from a YouTube video. Now, the people I would like to apologize to are people who found what I said to be offensive. And I said in these exact words that whoever created this video is trying to play you for a fool. And this video was shared around to all types of social media networks. And one of those networks that shared it was, of course, Transformers Cars on Facebook. But they didn't share that exact video. They shared another video. They shared a video that had a different photo, and they actually explained something about that video being false. All right? But when I made that video about people sharing this stuff are, just trying to mess around, I think a lot of people actually thought that I was trying to bash Transformers Cars. I wasn't. I wasn't bashing anybody. In fact, the person who made this video is not a bad person. The original creator of this video was just trying I guess, social experiment. And they did it for fun. And I think that, in a way, they kind of succeeded, because some people believed that this was actually something from Transformers 5. Now it's dispelled. But I didn't mean to offend anybody. I didn't mean for people to think that I was trying to target or call out Ryan from Transformers Cars. I think he's done a great job with his channel. He's built up a huge community. And what he did was actually address the fact that this is fake. But I was in no way trying to call him out to let people know that this was created by him. Not at all. Not in any way whatsoever. I was trying to tell people that these content creators exist, and this is not the first time this happened, but the creator of this video is not him. The creator of this video is somebody else, and I actually found the original link, and once I clicked the original link, today, I ended up with this. The original content creator has removed the video. Maybe they did it because of what I said, but the fact is that that video is no longer there, and what I said about this whole fiasco offended somebody and other people, and I would like to apologize for that. I say a lot of things in my video. I talk a lot. I ramble. You guys know that. I admit it. And sometimes I say things that could be miscommunicated, and because of that, I would like to take responsibility for that. I want to hold myself accountable if I offended anyone. It had no ill intent in any way. I was not trying to spite anybody. I was trying to merely point out the fact that this was a doctored video that came from somebody. But it wasn't Ryan from Transformers Cars. It was from somebody. Okay? And that's all I'm really trying to say here. I would like to apologize if anybody found what I said offensive. And I'm going to hold myself responsible and accountable for that. Okay? And this is my deepest apologies and my most sincerest apologies from the bottom of my heart. I think that, you know, a lot of people who follow me, they're good people. I think a lot of people who follow, you know, a lot of Transformers fans out there are really good people. At the end of the day, we're all really excited about the movie. And, you know, whoever decided to do this decided to do it for fun. And I'm sure they had a good time with it. But the fact is that some people might take what they created the wrong way. And I was just there to just, I guess, dispel that video. And I wasn't trying to, you know, cause any harm in any way. So I just want to, I want to do the honorable thing and admit that I said some things that were a little bit too strong. My tone and the way I delivered my communication was not right. Okay. So there you have it. That's what I would like to apologize for. Ryan, I apologize if I offended you, and I hope that you know, there's nothing negative between us. I think you're doing a great job with your page. So let's talk about credits. And what I mean by credits is giving credits where it's due. And, you know, there's a lot of photos out there. There's a lot of people taking photos of the production of Transformers last night. Obviously, filming is going on right now in Detroit, and it also happened in Arizona. And there's a lot of people with camera phones and a lot of photographers out there taking photos. And I've talked about a lot of those photos. In fact, a lot of people have reposted those photos on their Instagram accounts and also all other parts of social media. The fact is that these photos are not owned by us, but we would like to talk about them, we would like to share them, and the whole point really is to bring more awareness to the production of Transformers last night. At the end of the day, I want more people to know about the fact that this is happening, and this is something to be excited about because we are all Transformers fans. And I think that a lot of people really, really want to watch this movie, and the reason why we have all these videos and photos up there is because we want to speculate, we want to talk about it. It's exciting for us. This is why we do what we do, right? But what about the person who took that photo? That person needs to be credited. And that's why, ever since I started making the videos, since the day they started filming, I posted the photos and then I would always put photo credit so-and-so. I would always do that. The reason why is because that's not my photo. That's somebody else's photo, and I think that I should direct all the viewers of this video to the original source. That's why I make a photo credit, because that person deserves those views, okay? And if I ever posted a photo without properly crediting somebody, I apologize for that. If you ever sent me a photo that you did not take personally, if you're not the photographer of that photo, but you're just sharing it to me, there's a chance that you won't get a credit. The reason why is because I prefer to, and I should, credit the photographer first. I should find out who is the photographer, and I should give them the credit before I give anybody else the credit, because without them, there would be no photo. Now, if I cannot find a photographer, and if I do not know who took that photo, then I will credit the first person that shared me that photo. The fact is that there are a lot of people who share me the same photos and information. It's just something that happens. I get a lot of messages in my inbox telling me about all these things, and of course, they want a credit for it. They want a shout out, and you know, I would be happy to give you a shout out, and I'll be happy to give you a credit. But first, I have to give the original photographer a credit before anybody else. So if you ever shared me anything and I didn't credit you, I apologize, but this is the way I do things. The original photographer should get the credit first before anybody else. A lot of people had shared the same photo, and they're the one that should also be thanking the photographer. You know what I'm saying? So I want to also explain to you the way I get my information is through social media. And by social media specifically, I mean hashtags. Okay? A lot of social media platforms use hashtags. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. The way I find that information that I've gathered since the beginning of the filming was, with the exception of the announcements from the official sources, I use hashtags. For example, I do a search. Hashtag Transformers, hashtag Transformers 5, hashtag Transformers Last Night, hashtag Detroit, hashtag Arizona, hashtag filming, hashtag Michael Bay. You get the point. So I do this, and you would be surprised at all the stuff that comes up. Because the people who post those photos and use those hashtags actually posted the photos in real time, and they use those exact hashtags. I don't have to wait for a news site or a Transformers site to obtain that information. I do it right through Twitter or Instagram or Facebook, because people post it right away in real time. That's how I find my information. And the chances are I might have found that photo before you have, and that is probably why you didn't get the credit. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said before, if anybody felt that, you know, I didn't give them credit, it's because I either found the photo first or found that information first, or I got that photo from somebody else before you did, or I want to credit the photographer first. And I think the photographer first deserves all the credit. So there you have it. That's what I have to talk about with regards to credits. And like I said, I would like to extend my apologies to anybody that felt offended that I didn't credit him. I'm explaining myself as to how I do my credit system, and I think it's a system that should be used by a lot of other people. It's like a definitive system. The photographer gets the credit first, and you should link to them so that you know, they know that you sent other people there, and they appreciate the fact that, and you appreciate the fact that you posted those photos, they posted those photos rather, or took those photos, okay? That's what I'm trying to say, all right? Now in the last section of this video, you will notice I titled it Inspiration. Now I'm really not here to inspire you guys. If you felt inspired in any way, I'm really happy about that. But this is more about you guys inspiring me. Now the reason why I talk about this is because there are a lot of fans out there, Transformers fans, they're all over the world. But to this date, the Transformers fandom is very divided, extremely divided, as a matter of fact. I find it kind of sickening in some ways, just because I have seen, witnessed, and experienced a lot of hate. And somebody can express their opinion about their love for the Michael Bay Transformers films, and they would get bashed about it. And that is something I find very disgusting. And that is why I say that the fandom is divided, and it's all because of the Michael Bay films. Michael Bay didn't give the fans what they wanted. But the fact is that Michael Bay made these changes, and Transformers has undergone so many changes, and a lot of the hardcore original fans, the G1 fans, can't accept that. Now, I'm not here to talk negatively to them in any way. I'm a hardcore G1 fan, and I'm not here to express any negativity. What I'm here to talk about is inspiration, specifically positive inspiration. Like I said before, there's so much negativity going around. There's even like cyberbullying and even sometimes harassment. And it gets a little bit out of hand, and we don't need any of that. What we need instead are people just like you. Content creators. And by content creators, I mean people who create to bring more positivity to the fandom. You guys are the true heroes of the Transformers fandom. I'm gonna just name some people off the top of my head in no particular order, okay? Jasmine B and her illustrations. She sent me this Ironhide artwork, and it is amazing. I love it. Thank you, Jasmine. You are one of the heroes of the Transformers fandom. 2011 Sideswipe and also Marlin Fan 1995, who post Transformers updates just like me on YouTube. 2011 Sideswipe, Ben, who I consider a friend, he recently posted a video, and he talked a lot about why he decided to stop making videos and why he started up again. And I found that video very positively inspiring. So thank you so much for posting that video, Ben. I enjoyed listening to everything you had to say, and I also enjoyed listening to your theories about Transformers Last Night. The Transformers live action movie blogspot. That website has been around forever. It's a great website, and I'd like to thank you and congratulate them for putting together such, I guess, bringing the fans together. You've done such a great job. I wish I knew your name. I would like to also mention Aaron Fixter and Lucy Norton, who are working on their live-action Transformers fan film called The Dark Before Extinction. I've been following the production. They put a lot of work into it. I'm not sure when it's going to be out, but from what I've seen, it looks amazing, and I can tell that a lot of work has been put into it. You guys are also the heroes of the Transformers fandom. Maddie Autobot, also known as Madeline, who writes some very, very wonderful Transformers fan fiction. You are a hero of the Transformers fandom. Ryan from Transformers Cars, the Facebook page. You've built such a huge fan base with over 100,000 followers. What you've done is amazing. I'm sure, it took a lot of work to, get all this information and all these photos together, and you keep on doing it because you love it, and I acknowledge that. So keep up the good work. And, last but not least, King Deathbat25 for drawing this. He did it because he loved it. He did it because he's passionate about it. And what he did was a work of art. So all you guys that I've mentioned and all the people out there who create content about Transformers and also express their enthusiasm about Transformers, you guys are the true heroes of the Transformers fandom. You guys are the guys who inspire me. There's some times where I have a bad day and I just don't feel like making a video. I just said, forget this, you know what, I'm going to do it tomorrow. And then I look at you guys. I look at some of your videos, I look at your artwork, I look at some of the photos, and then it suddenly reminds me that, you know what, you guys are awesome. I need to be as awesome as you guys, so I'm going to make this video. You guys inspire me. There's a lot of positive strength there in a fandom that is so divided. I'm sure some of you guys have dealt with some negativity at some point, and you guys overcame by doing something that you love, whether it be drawing Transformers, writing fan fiction, or talking about it on YouTube, or even just posting a theory about Transformers last night. That in itself is enthusiasm, positive enthusiasm. As for the haters, the trolls, the cyberbullies, you guys should think about what you're really doing. Before you decide to call people names or talk down on someone's opinion, ask yourself, do you really need to do that? Do you really, really need to do that? You probably don't need to. I think it's important to respect each other, and also it's important to just be able to take an opinion like an opinion. It's just an opinion. What I have to say is an opinion. What you have to say is an opinion. That's why I always tell you guys to post your theories, because I want to read about it. I want to know your thoughts about what you think is going to happen. And that's the fun in speculation. What I don't like reading is when someone says that that's a dumb idea, and they're talking about somebody else's idea. That's something that, it's unnecessary. I mean, some people say it. I mean, I encourage people to have freedom of speech, but think about what you're saying, all right? And at the end of the day, this comes down to the divided fandom. And even though some of the hardcore G1s that hate the Michael Bay films think that G1 is the best, there are some kids who probably grew up in the late 90s or even 2000 who saw the Michael Bay Transformers 2000 film for the very first time. That's their very first exposure to Transformers, and they thought that that was the best thing they've ever seen. Don't take that away from them. If you love something, own it. Don't let somebody take that away from you. If you love the live action films from Michael Bay, then express that. Don't be afraid to let a whole bunch of G1ers know. And you should be able to express yourself positively without feeling afraid that somebody's going to bash you for it. If they bash you for it, then they're an example of the problem of this fandom. It's really quite sad, but this is a reality of it, and all you have to do is just stay strong. Know that there's a community out there that loves you. Know that there's a community of other Transformers fans that will engage in a fun discussion about all the things you love and speculate about the live action films. So that's all I really have to say in this video. Once again, I want to apologize to anybody I've offended with regards to the whole Crosshairs fiasco. I would like to apologize to anybody that felt that I didn't give them any credit. And also, I'd like to thank you guys and acknowledge you guys for inspiring me. Because what I do here with the Road to TF5 is all about passion. But there are some days where I just don't feel like doing it just because maybe I had a bad day. Maybe I read a mean comment and it really affected me. Even though it shouldn't. But there's some people that are really mean out there. You know who you are. So I look at your work and I look at your enthusiasm, I look at your positivity, and suddenly I decided that I shouldn't waste a second. I should spend this amount of time, 0, on haters. You should spend this amount of time on zeros. There's so many people that appreciate what I do. I don't even have enough time to show them my love, and I'm spending time like talking to a hater. Why should I even do that? Cyberbullying will not be tolerated. Harassment will not be tolerated. I'm here to create the Ragin Nation, which is a respectful community of fans that love all the fandom. Keyword being respectful. Okay? So, once again, that's really all I have to say. I know I've talked for a very, very long time, but this is very important to me to get off my chest. You guys that I've mentioned, and the rest of you guys that I didn't mention, you guys are the heroes of the Transformers fandom. Know that. Own that, and also respect each other. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know I talked a lot, but it's really important for me to say this stuff. Alright, so thank you so much. Thank you all for supporting me, and thank you for being part of the fandom, and thank you for respecting each other. And hopefully, Transformers Last Night is going to be good, and maybe that will convince the G1 fans that Michael Bay can actually make a good movie. But hopefully we can come together as a whole. Just one last thing I want to say is that when I went to TFCon last year, I felt so happy because there's so much positive energy out there. Everybody was just excited and happy, and that's what it should be like. It should be like a community or a place, like a convention that brings us all together because we love one thing. My YouTube channel is here to build a community because we all love one thing. So let's love Transformers. Let's continue loving Transformers and be excited for this upcoming film because it's something that we're really passionate about. So anyways, I'm done here. I've talked a lot. This was, like I said, very important to me. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like me on Facebook, The Ragin Nation. Also follow me on Twitter at Ragin Nation. I'll see you next time. Stay tuned for the Road to TF5, episode number 59. I'll have some news for you guys. So peace. Pretty cool from Sabertron.com, and the first album here, what really stands out is this big red truck. Now